Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead, and today we're doing a Firewood Kiln update video on the bundle wood. Now, today's video is brought to you by Connecten, but more on that later. So those of you who are new to the channel, this is our outdoor wood burner building. We have our wood burner outdoors because we live in a manufactured home. For insurance purposes, you got to put it outside. We use the ambient heat off of it to kiln dry wood now because usually you just lose that heat. This thing is a wood burning furnace that just blows hot air in the house. So this building tends to heat up to 100 to 125 degrees. We've been sticking wood in to dry it. The current load is 10 days on half of it, 15 days on the other half, and it's mixed hardwood bundle grade. Now, I tried to test this wood out. The maple, I believe, was done. The walnut, I think, was close to done. They were the biggest pieces, but the locust that I've been testing that was up in the ceiling was not. Now, I go ahead and left everything in there. So half of this has 15-day time on it. The other half has 10. We're gonna test some pieces. I've had some out acclimating, and they will balance out their moisture somewhat if you give them time to acclimate in normal temperatures inside the house. So we're gonna crack those open and test them. But let's go inside and look at what we have to work with. Okay, as always, you have to excuse the noise from the blower. So this is our wood burning furnace. For those of you that are new, it blows heat in the house. Now, we have this turned down today because it's gonna be 55 degrees outside today, but also because I need to clean up the mess. It is just awful in here. But we're currently at 16% humidity, 82 degrees, okay? So we've let it cool down some. You can definitely see the checking going on. Now, all of this has been in here for 15 days, this section here. You also see we got some big chunks of walnut we left in here from the previous batch to allow them to dry out more. Now over here, all this has been in for 10 days. And it's starting to check up real good. I mean, real good. Now, we're gonna have to test this and see if these are ready to come out, because I know those are ready to come out. So we're testing from over here because these have only had 10 days and I want to be sure before we go pulling it. But my guess is from those checks that this is all going to be ready. You can even see the ends of the walnut are starting to turn that real white color. Now this is what I don't know about. This is all locust, honey locust to be exact, and I've had it up there and it tested very wet last time. So let's go do some testing and see what we end up with. But first, let's hear from our sponsor. So for those of you who don't know, Connecten is a wireless internet provider that uses all three of the top major networks in the USA. That means AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. So you have the ability to have the best service wherever you are. Now, in our home, we use it to stream, we use it to upload our YouTube videos, and do all the normal things you would do in your home. But Connecten doesn't stop there because they have amazing equipment and it's a low power draw. Why that matters? Well, because for one, we're taking our tiny house off grid here. So power does matter in our future buildup, which is one of the reasons we chose them. The other is that we travel a lot. We like to go out on the road, and when we're out on the road, a simple power inverter that plugs into your cigarette lighter, very, very low wattage, usually around $20, can be had that you plug the unit into, and as you're going down the road, you've got power. Now, not only that, but we like to go places that there is no power or that the internet is no good. For example, have you ever used internet in a campground? They're always terrible, especially at night when everybody's trying to use it. Why not bring your own? Can your home internet do that? And with plans starting at a simple $69 a month, how can you go wrong? Think about it. You're saying, oh, I have T-Mobile home internet or I have Verizon home internet for this price. But what happens when there's too many people on that network? Are they going to let you change to From T-Mobile to Verizon, from Verizon to AT&T? No, that's where Connecten comes in line. If you are van life, if you are traveling, if you're a person that wants to have internet no matter where you go, Connecten is for you. And with that said, I will put all the information in the description box below so you can go check it out for yourself. Now back to the video. All right, and we're back with walnut, piece of red maple, and that locust piece I was telling you about. So I don't really know what we're going to end up with here. Honestly, I have no clue. So we're just going to crack them and see. This is the one I have the least faith in, which is the locust. And the first thing I see is a bad sign. You see that darker color? That's a bad sign. Not good. We'll take a look though. Yeah. See, 38%. So in this kiln, because it doesn't get above 125, 130, it's not really good for these super dense hardwoods like red oak and locust and stuff. You can do it, but it just takes a long time. So now if you go to do the outside, wow, holy cow. We're getting 13 on the outside. So, and I can't even get a reading. Yeah, you can. Zeros on the ends. So it's just case hardening it because it's not at a high enough temperature. So really, I'm not going to try and mess too much with red oaks and locusts in that kiln. But let's move on here. We're going to go with some walnut now. Man, you hear that crack? Man, I think we might have a winner here. Oh yeah. 18%, guys. Now, 0 on the end. Let's check the other piece. And there must be like a knot or something here. So a lot of times those will hold the moisture. So let's test that because that should be the highest. Nope. 11%. The outside of the wood right there is 14. So for bundles, this is definitely ready to go. Walnut is 100% ready to go, which makes me feel good. Now, it's time for red maple. All right, dead center, 20. Let's go 11 towards the ends. Actual end is 0. And the outside, 7. So pretty good. Let's check the other side just to be sure. So the inside is 18. The outside's kicking between 10 and 11. And I can't get anything on the end. So that piece is super dry and ready to go. So what we've kind of figured out here is that the super hardwoods like oaks, locusts, even hickory really, it's just not worth using in this kiln. We have to build a custom kiln for those. That's going to need to have something where it can get up to like 150, 160 and just kind of stay at that for a while, as well as having a better extraction system for the moisture, because there's so much more moisture in those woods and they're so much denser, and to get into the middle of them and get them dry without case hardening them, you know, you've got to have a better air system to move air and such. So we're going to be working on building that this summer. This unit is more for cherry, maple, walnut, as you saw. Now, I could get this stuff done in like 7 days if I wanted to put some stuff that's already been out seasoning in it. You know, I've got cherry here that's been seasoning for a few months. And if I put that in, I could have that done in probably 7 days if I kept it really hot. Now, mind you, that building's not super insulated because for the longest time we didn't want it to get too much hotter in there. It's also not very efficient as far as you handle the wood too many times. That's why I like doing bundle wood in it, because I'm making the maximum profit from the wood. And you have to go get the wood, put it in the truck, take it over there, hand load it all in, hand load it all out, and then put it away somewhere. So it's a lot of handling. I'm working on just bringing it out, bundling it, and then putting the bundles over in the other apartment to store them, because you definitely want to keep this kiln dried wood inside when you're done. So maybe next video I'll load it up again, and when we exit out, we'll either do a time trial of me moving the wood, or maybe I'll bundle it all and we'll time all that. So you'll be able to figure out the money versus the time that way. But with that said, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, go down, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Make sure you leave us a like and a comment. Let us know what you think. Yes, it's a very inefficient system. We're actually using the inefficiencies of how we have the furnace set up to our advantage. If we were filling that up with wood that we were going to burn, then it probably would be a lot more efficient, because you could have enough wood in there to burn 1/3 of a cord while you have 1/3 of a cord up above drying. So you could just be rotating stock, which I think would be a really good system, honestly, if you're willing to burn lower end woods, less dense woods, we'll put it that way, like the cherry, like the maple, like the beech, like walnut. If you were burning that in your home unit and you were kiln drying it on top and 1/3 of a cord on the bottom that you were actually burning, then you're just going in a nice circle and you'd always have nice dry wood. So in that case, it could be pretty useful. But with that said, I'll see you in the next one.